Hello, hockey fans, and welcome back to another episode of Whatever Happened To, the series where we take a where are they now look at players who found success in the National Hockey League, but are no longer permanent fixtures in the league, either due to controversy, poor play, or just rotten luck. In today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at an 11-year veteran of the league and a Stanley Cup champion, as we ask, whatever happened to Antti Niemi? Having gone unselected in each year of eligibility for the NHL entry draft, Antti Niemi began his professional playing career with the Lahti Pelicans of the Finnish Liga. Over the next 3 seasons, the Finnish goaltender would improve his play year on year, as he posted a 56, 52 and 21 record in 137 regular season games, as well as a 4-8 record in 12 playoff games. His 26-win season in 07-08 caught the attention of Chicago Blackhawks general manager Dave Talon, who felt he may have found a diamond in the rough. So, on May 5th, 2008, the Blackhawks signed Niemi to a 1-year entry-level contract to join the organisation for the upcoming season. After several years of fine-tuning his game, this undrafted goaltender was getting the opportunity to show what he could do across the pond. Thanks to his impressive play in the coming years, Niemi wouldn't be leaving the States for quite a while. The 08-09 season saw Niemi move over to North America and spend the year with Chicago's AHL affiliate, the Rockford IceHogs. The 25-year-old goalie had a good showing in his first season overseas, as he posted an 18, 14 and 3 record, a 2.43 goals against average, and a .910 save percentage in 38 games. This play also earned Niemi a brief call-up to Chicago's roster for a 3-game stint, where he posted a 1, 1 and 1 record, a 3.40 goals against average, and a .864 save percentage, before being sent back down to the minors. The Finnish goaltender spent the rest of the season in Rockford and helped lead them to the playoffs, where he posted an 0-2 record, as the IceHogs were eliminated in the first round by the Milwaukee Admirals. After his 1-year deal had ended, and having impressed the Blackhawks brass with his play, Chicago were interested in keeping Niemi around for another year, to see if he could play just as well in the majors. So, on June 30th, 2009, they signed him to another 1-year contract, this time worth $826,000. Having earned his spot in the Blackhawks organisation, Niemi was ready to take his game to the NHL level, and help Chicago compete for a long-awaited championship. And boy did he do just that. The 09-10 season saw Niemi join the Blackhawks roster full-time and have a breakout season in the league, as he posted a 26, 7 and 4 record, a 2.25 goals against average, and a .912 save percentage in 39 games, while splitting the crease with Cristobal Huet. This outstanding play helped Chicago clinch a place in the playoffs, where Niemi took over the role of starting netminder, and posted a 16-6 record, a 2.63 goals against average, and a .910 save percentage, as Chicago beat the Philadelphia Flyers in the finals to clinch the 2010 Stanley Cup. Just his first full season in the league, this undrafted goaltender had battled through years of obscurity and defied all the odds to lift hockey's greatest prize. However, he wouldn't be sticking around the winning side for long. After his 1-year contract with the Blackhawks had expired, and having just backstopped a Stanley Cup champion, Niemi was, quite rightly, looking for a noticeable pay rise. Rather than re-sign with Chicago, Niemi decided to take his talents elsewhere, as on September 3rd, 2010, he signed a 1-year contract worth $2 million with the San Jose Sharks. With his first multi-million-dollar deal signed, and with a new Stanley Cup ring on his finger, Niemi was getting ready to suit up for his new Californian franchise, and make a name for himself as a top goaltender in the league. The 10-11 season saw Niemi suit up for the Sharks for the first time and cement himself as the team's starting netminder, as the Finnish Goaltender posted a 35-18-6 record, a 2.38 goals against average, and a .920 save percentage in 60 games. This production helped the Sharks clinch a playoff spot, where Niemi posted an 8-9 record in 18 playoff games, but the Sharks were eliminated in the conference finals by the Vancouver Canucks. After his third consecutive one-year contract had expired, and having established himself as a legitimate starting netminder on an NHL team, both Niemi and the Sharks felt that it was in their best interests to keep the undrafted netminder around. So, on March 1st, 2011, they signed him to a 4-year, $15.2 million contract worth an average annual value of $3.8 million a season. Having just signed the longest and most valuable contract of his career, Niemi wanted to prove that his first big payday was money well spent as he entered the prime years of his career. Did he do so? Absolutely! The 11-12 season saw the freshly contracted Niemi tending the Sharks' crease once more. The 28-year-old had quite the year for himself, as he posted a 34-22-9 record, a 2.42 goals against average, and a .915 save percentage in a career-high 68 games. This performance would help San Jose return to the playoffs once more, where Niemi posted a less impressive 1-4 record in 5 games, as the Sharks were eliminated in the first round by the St. Louis Blues. Despite a disappointing end to the season, Niemi had earned every penny of his contract so far, and was ready to continue his strong play in California for the next 3 years. But first, there was a lockout! During the 12-13 lockout, Niemi decided to take his talents back to where it all began, as he suited up for the Lahti Pelicans of the Finnish Liga once more. The undrafted goaltender suited up in 10 games for his former team before the lockout ended and Niemi returned to the Sharks roster. Niemi's brief stint back home helped him to really turn up the heat during the lockout-shortened season, as he posted a 24-12-6 record, a 2.16 goals against average, and a .924 save percentage in 43 games. These numbers tied Niemi for the league lead in wins, and also earned him a nomination for the Vezina Trophy, given to the league's best goaltender, but he would ultimately lose out to Columbus's Sergei Bobrovsky. This play would also help the Sharks return to the postseason, where Niemi posted a 7-4 record in 11 playoff games, but the Sharks were eliminated in the second round by the Los Angeles Kings. The 13-14 season saw Niemi continue to stand firm between the pipes of his Sunbelt franchise and have the best statistical season of his entire NHL career, as the undrafted goaltender posted a 39-17-7 record, a 2.39 goals against average, and a .913 save percentage in 64 games, setting his career high in wins that would last the rest of his NHL career. These impressive stats would help San Jose clinch a playoff berth for the 10th straight season, where Niemi posted a 3-3 record in 6 games, but the Sharks were eliminated in the first round by the Los Angeles Kings. Again. The 14-15 season saw Niemi out to have another strong season as he entered the final year of his contract. The 31-year-old would put on another strong, albeit slightly less impressive display for the Sharks, as he posted a 31-23-7 record, a 2.59 goals against average, and a .914 save percentage in 61 games. Despite Niemi's continued production, the Sharks were unable to book their ticket to the playoffs, as they missed out on the postseason for the first time since 2003. Having played the best hockey of his career in San Jose, and having become a favourite to Sharks fans everywhere, Niemi had made a name for himself in the town he had called home for the past 5 years. However, the Finnish goaltender wouldn't remain in sunny California for long. After his 4-year contract had expired, and with the lack of deep playoff success over the past few years, the Sharks were interested in exploring other options at their starting netminder position. So, on June 27, 2015, they traded Niemi's contract rights to the Dallas Stars in exchange for a 2015 7th round pick. Just 2 days later, on June 29th, Niemi signed a 3-year, $13.5 million contract with Dallas, worth an average annual value of $4.5 million a season. With 5 years and 4 30-win seasons in California, Niemi was moving on to pastures new. However, though he had just signed a big contract with his new Texan franchise, the Finnish goaltender would no longer be in Dallas by the deal's conclusion. The 15-16 season saw Niemi suit up for the Stars for the first time and have a strong debut season for his new side, as the Finnish netminder posted a 25, 13 and 7 record, a 2.67 goals against average and a .905 save percentage in 48 games, whilst sharing the crease with fellow countryman Kari Lehtonen. This production would help the Stars make it to the playoffs, where Niemi posted a 1-3 record in 5 playoff games, as Dallas were eliminated in the second round by the St. Louis Blues. Though Niemi had made quite the first impression for his new franchise, things were about to take a downward turn. The 16-17 season saw Niemi take to the ice for his sophomore season with the Stars. Unfortunately, for the first time in his career, his numbers took a real step backwards, as the undrafted goaltender posted a 12, 12 and 4 record, a 3.30 goals against average, and a .892 save percentage in 37 games. These disappointing stats were a contributing factor towards the Stars failing to punch their ticket to the postseason, as Dallas missed out on the playoffs for the 3rd time in 5 years. Things clearly hadn't gone to plan for Niemi during his 2nd year in Dallas. However, it was about to go from bad to worse. Coming off his worst season in his 9-year NHL career, and with the Stars' off-season acquisition of Ben Bishop, Dallas were no longer in need of Niemi's services. So, on June 27, 2017, the Stars bought out the final year of Niemi's contract with the team. After 2 seasons in Texas, Niemi had gone from a legitimate starting goaltender to a struggling backup netminder, and was without an NHL team for the first time since joining the league. Having been named a UFA rather prematurely, Niemi was on the lookout for an NHL team to give him another chance. Luckily for him, he would get his wish, as on July 1st, 2017, Niemi signed a 1-year, $700,000 contract with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Having spent his entire career in the Western Conference, Niemi was moving east for the first time, in order to suit up for his new Pennsylvanian franchise. However, Niemi's upcoming season would end up being the craziest of his career. The 17-18 season saw Niemi don the black and gold jersey of Pittsburgh and take to the ice with the Penguins for the first time. Unfortunately, the undrafted goaltender had an abysmal start to the year, as he posted an 0-3-0 record, a 7.5 goals against average, and a .797 save percentage in 3 games. This horrible stint prompted the Penguins to quickly part ways with the Finnish netminder, as Pittsburgh placed him on waivers on October 23, 2017. The following day, Niemi would be heading to the second Sunbelt franchise of his career, as he was claimed by the Florida Panthers to cover for an injured Roberto Luongo. Niemi suited up in 2 games for the Panthers, posting an 0-1-0 record, a 5.08 goals against average, and a .853 save percentage, before being sent packing once more as he was placed on waivers again on November 13th. The next day, Niemi would be joining his third NHL team that season, as he was claimed once more, this time by the Montreal Canadiens. Niemi spent the rest of the season with Montreal and had a far better showing for the original six franchise, as he posted a 7-9-4 record, a 2.46 goals against average, and a .929 save percentage in 19 games. Despite this late season resurgence, the Habs were unable to make it to the playoffs, as they missed out on the postseason for the second time in 3 years. After his one-year contract he signed way back with Pittsburgh had expired, and having found success in his final landing spot that year, Montreal were interested in keeping Niemi around for the immediate future. So, on May 22, 2018, Montreal signed him to a one-year contract worth $950,000. Thanks to his bounce-back play during the second half of the season, Niemi had earned himself another shot to prove he still belonged in the NHL. However, this would be the last contract of Niemi's NHL career. The 18-19 season saw Niemi suit up for the Habs once more and take a noticeable step back in his numbers compared to his stint with the team the year prior, as the undrafted goaltender posted an 8-6-2 record, a 3.78 goals against average, and a .887 save percentage in 17 games. These stats did nothing to help Montreal's playoff hopes either, as the Habs missed out on the postseason for the second consecutive year. After his one-year contract with the Habs had expired, and having put up mediocre numbers in his sophomore stint with the team, the Habs decided that they wished to give their upcoming goalie prospects a chance in net over the 36-year-old Finn, so they didn't offer Niemi another contract. Having received little to no interest from NHL teams once free agency began due to his heavily declining numbers, on June 5, 2019, Niemi decided to return to Europe and take his talents back home to Finland, as he signed a one-year contract with Jokerit, the KHL's lone Finnish franchise. After 11 seasons in the best league in the world, Niemi's time in North America had seemingly come to an end. Instead of waiting for a team to be in need of his services somewhere down the road, Niemi decided it was best for him to return home and suit up in the best league in Europe. To this day, Antti Niemi is a member of Jokerit's roster. At the time of this recording, the undrafted goaltender has struggled mightily so far this season, as he has posted a 1-8-1 record, a 3.48 goals against average, and a .888 save percentage in 10 games. At 36 years old, and with his game very clearly showing its age, Niemi's best years as a professional hockey player are certainly behind him, and if he doesn't decide to hang up his skates once the current 1920 season finishes, he is sure to do so in the next year or two. Given he is in his twilight years and embarking on a brand new adventure in the KHL, he is hoping that Antti Niemi ends his career on a high note, after a few seasons of struggle in the NHL, and proves he is still a serviceable goaltender in the hockey world. But regardless of what happens next for him, there is no doubt that Antti Niemi had a pretty great career in the NHL. In 464 regular season games, Niemi posted a 242, 140, and 57 record, a 2.57 career goals against average, and a .912 career save percentage, as well as a 36 and 29 record in 67 playoff games. Add to that 4 30-win seasons and a Stanley Cup championship, and this undrafted goaltender defied all the odds to spend over a decade in the best league in the world. I'm sure most players would love to have that on their resume. And there you go. That's what happened to Antti Niemi. What do you guys think about Niemi's career? Was it good, bad, or do you think he should still be playing in the National Hockey League? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. A big thank you to Chris Gadsby, Connor B, Martin Tolnis, Max Artis, Nat Marlowe and Paul Malia, as well as a huge thank you to The Legacy for helping support this video via Patreon. If you too want to help support the channel a little bit further and get a shout out at the end of every future video, make sure you head over to patreon.com/oddmanrush and become a patron today.